Hello everyone, Giltar here with a video response to KPHM's review of Mobile Suit Gundam, the TV series and movies. They did a great job on it, excellent work on summarizing all the key points, and I totally agree with all the sentiments and points that he made in his review. To me, it is definitely a relevant story. I look at it as a story first. The fact that it's a cartoon that involves science fiction is secondary. I mean, fundamentally, it's a war drama, and it's a character sort of development piece, really, in my opinion at least. It's no mistake why Gundam has been so copied throughout the years. It's been around for 3 decades, and what it did on its own in 1979, we now recognize as cliches just because so many different people have been influenced by Gundam. So yeah, I think it's definitely relevant. Take away all the elements of the cartoon and just look at the story, and you'll see that it's a universal story. It's about conflicts of ideals. It's about how people are torn out of a comfortable situation in life and that they're dealing with life-changing situations, and we're seeing how they deal with it, how they cope, and how they either move on or can't move on as individuals and as a group of people. It's a very in a way basic concept in the story. It's war. It's something that any human being can relate to and understand. So that's mainly why I think it's still relevant. And if people would give it a chance, look past the 1970s, 1980s era animation style, they'll find that it's a decent story at the very least, and that they could probably enjoy it if they're ready for that kind of story. If they're just looking for something fun and disposable, don't look for Gundam. It's not that. It's not a villain of the week type of show. It does great work on sort of developing and covering all the different main cast of antagonists and protagonists. I mean, we get glimpses into Ryu, Kai, Hayato, Fraubo, Sayla, Amuro, Noah. We also look at Char, the Zabi family with Garma, Giran, Dozel, Xilia, and we also look at my favorite villains, who are Haman and Ramba Ral. I think they're only around for like 2 or 3 episodes at most, but they seal the show. They make the most out of their time while they're there, and I mean, just Haman's probably one of my favorite characters because she's such a multifaceted character. She's not your typical seductress. She does manipulate men and others through her cunning and ability to just read people and sort of be a puppet master. But at the same time, when Ramba Ral is killed, you see her take on an authoritative role and like lead a mission of vengeance against Amuro and the White Base crew. So I really like that. To me, Haman's probably one of the underappreciated characters of Mobile Suit Gundam. And Ramba Ral's like one of my favorite characters as well. He's such a stone cold soldier, but he's not heartless. He's not cruel. He is honorable, and he's just doing what he's doing because he's a soldier, and I guess that's what he believes in. And that's another thing that KPHM touched upon in terms of Char, for example, who isn't a straight-up villain. I think he's a bad guy, though, because he is working on a mission of vengeance of his own, and he's ruthless. He is unconcerned with anybody who gets in his way and the bystanders and casualties of his mission. So while he's not a straight-up villain and bad guy, he does things that are morally reprehensible, in my opinion. And despite that, he's a charismatic character. He's a likable character. You can understand why he's doing what he's doing, and you can probably get behind him. You can say, yeah, like, the Zabi family, they deserve what's coming to them. And that's the thing, is that everybody has their own reasons for doing what they do in this story. Everybody has their own motivations. Look at and characterizations. I mean, look at Amuro, for example. He's a 16-year-old kid at this story's beginning. His father's a scientist who works on these top-secret projects, and when the conflict is taken over to them, and his father is presumed to be killed, and he's dragged into this role of being a soldier and a pilot of this experimental mobile suit war weapon, he doesn't take to it very well, and that's understandable. People say he's whiny. Yeah, he's whiny because his father's dead, and he's dragged into a war, and not many people would say, hey, this is cool, let's suit up and go fight and possibly die in a few moments. he has a pretty natural reaction, in my opinion, understandable reaction as well. So yeah, he's whiny, but that makes sense in this story's context. And the thing is, he does develop later on. It's not a straightforward path. It's rocky, it's bumpy, twists and turns, and he's not a perfect person by any means, but he develops. And you can say the same for pretty much every character. Every character makes some sort of advancement or progress in their characterization by the end of the story, by the end of the series. So I think it's well done. Everybody gets good coverage. We're not just looking at Amuro and Char by any means. We see great lengths of time where they just don't really show up in a leading capacity. They're off to the side in the background doing whatever they're doing. We're focusing on other characters. I really enjoyed Sayla's development, for example, and seeing sort of her story and background unfold. So overall, yeah, it's a great series. To me, it's no mystery or why it is something that's still around 30 years later and why it influences so many people. I mean, the RX-782, I mean, that's iconic. It's like McDonald's to me in terms of mecha. It's the original. If not the original, it's the brightest star. So that's the thing. Is like anybody can debate whether or not they like Mobile Suit Gundam, but I don't think anybody could really argue against why it's been so influential and why it's around and still around for so long. I mean, it's pretty easy to see, because the fact is, many people throughout the world, throughout the last 30 years, have liked Gundam, and continue to like Gundam, and will always like Gundam for some solid reasons. And with that many people agreeing on the same thing, I mean, you can't be wrong, right? So yeah, thank you for watching this response. If you haven't, you should have, because this is a review to his review, but check out KPHM42's review on Mobile Suit Gundam. And yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.